And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Music Free Gaming. All the gaming of those other streams, but none of the music. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. It is a beautiful day. It is a day where I've got the wrong thing up on my webcam thing. It's all great. Hey, it's great that you can see my socials. Now you can see, well, it's empty chat. But hey, at least it's there, right? Right. Okay, so I was a little worried about getting started today because my webcam was giving me all sorts of issues. It's like, despite having the resolution set to, where I wanted it, it was like 1080p. No, it was like super blurry. It was almost like it was set at a 480 and just, it was horrific. So I had to get that fixed. I was worried about that, but it's there. It's wonderful. And, yeah, so it's a way to start a Tuesday stream, right? All right, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. We can talk more about all that fun stuff here. All right, so welcome back to Going Solo, Season 1, Episode 42, and that's the wrong switch on the KVM. Okay. so that wild freakout you just saw was actually, I have a system set up on my main desktop called Synergy that links between my stream desktop and the gaming desktop where Minecraft is. And it allows me to just swing my mouse pointer from one machine to the other without having to switch on the KVM or any of that fun stuff. And it's great. Minecraft hates it. And so everything just sort of freaks out when I use it. Oh, I need glass. I forgot to get glass. Okay, so Minecraft totally flips out when it runs into that. So that's fine. I just switch the KVM over and everything's happy. But when I forget to do that, it gets a little wild. All right, you know what? I think I may need that much. I don't know. I didn't count. So for those of you who are astute viewers and pay attention to such things, you may notice my levels are slightly lower. It's like, okay, 556 levels compared to what now? Well, it used to be like 700 and something. Because I had them all set up with the gold farm. Because I was AFKing the gold farm, and it's an XP farm too, which is great. But I managed to just fall to my death in a really stupid way off camera. Fortunately, it was off camera because otherwise I would have to be clipping it and putting it on TikTok and YouTube. And, I'm not sure I need that sort of notoriety. So I'm also going to need more glass. Yeah. So, yes. So, now whose fault is it that ends up on TikTok and YouTube? Well, that would be mine, in fact, but still, I gotta have some standards, right? Okay. Well, maybe not, but I can't walk down ladders. So I guess I got that going for me. Anyway, so I don't know that this is going to be enough either. Because each one, no, that's absolutely not going to be enough. All right, I need some glass, I need some yellow, and I think I had some yellow dye there, so it should be fine. Anyway, I was doing a little work cleaning up the water on my my mob farm. Sweet, that's going back in there. Anyways, yeah, so I was doing that, and I managed to fall in a really stupid way. So, yep, splattered all over the ground. It wasn't great. Fortunately, I didn't lose anything. I was just, I don't know, I was just coming down off the farm or something and wasn't paying attention and splattered my remains all over this area. Not ideal, I gotta tell you. But it could have been worse. So, yeah. Anyway, so I got that But I got the levels back because I was, again, AFKing the gold farm. Got this one. Because I need Blackstone. And I can, get gold from the gold farm, trade it in the bartering farm, and boom, Blackstone. So, yay. All right, so good. I got the glass in, finally. That's wonderful. All right, now this room is going to need all sorts of help. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, so just have to figure that out. But until I do... Yeah, come... Oh! Hi! What an odd place for you to be sitting. Okay. Come back here. Jeez, he was going to leave a block of dirt in my farm, and that wouldn't have been... Yeah, that would have been all sorts of uncool. Alright, so I need lots of stuff. I'm definitely going to need some trapdoors, because I need to... I started placing some over here, right? Because I need to be able to reach the hoppers to check on them. And the dispensers, just to make sure... Are they still stocked? Do they have the bottles or the shears and stuff they need, right? All that good stuff. So, so I need that there. It's possible I could potentially replace this, but I think for now it's okay. So, but I definitely need the stuff. So, all right. So I'm going to need that. Probably some bookshelves. Definitely going to need some flower pots and things. Yeah. I don't know that I have flower pot creation stuff. Are they clay or are they brick? They're clay, aren't they?
No, they're brick.
Oh, they're brick? Ah. Okay. Well, it doesn't make a lot of difference because I can't just buy brick. Right? I can buy brick blocks from these guys, right? I can come over here and say, hi. Oh, I can't buy bricks. Ah, perfect. Oh, sweet. All right. Well, that's convenient. I can go with that. So trapdoors. I don't know where I'm at with that. Those can all go into the box. I know I have a bunch. I just don't know what the definition of a bunch is. That's the wrong one. Birch. 45. Well, 44 usable. Okay. Yeah, I did a little bit of work here. Just kicking around the other day. Added a few item frames and that type of thing. Yeah. I like the glow frames. They're pretty. Just while I'm thinking about it, and not because of any particular need. Well, I just want to... I'm just trying to keep this stocked up there, right? Okay. Does it still seem quiet? Maybe a little bit. I don't need it to be too loud, but... Okay, I guess that's all right. If I really need it louder, I can go louder. But we'll start there. Yeah, so I said I spent a little time and I fixed the mob farm up there, so it's got the water working correctly. Turns out you've got to put the water in the right place, and only the right place. I didn't do that. So I got that going, and I really need to do some work getting these towers all in place. Also, apparently, I have froggy throat, which is not ideal. It's partly my fault. I had a Reese's cup before stream, and I love chocolate and stuff, but it definitely will catch you in weird ways. All right, so I need to take out all of this. Okay. Okay, again, so this will let me get in here and get at this stuff. Oops, that's not helpful. I mean, it could be helpful, but it's not, really. Oh, jeez, monkeys. I really do know how to, jump and stuff. I do. Okay, need to do the same thing over here. Let's get all that stuff up. All right. All right, so now I've got a couple of deals here. So this is going to slide in this way. Okay, again, can I check on the shears? Yep, shears are good. Okay, so I can stock all that stuff up. All right. I also need to decide if I want to do anything up here or not. I should do a little bit of something, and what I could do is I could put a little bit of wall or something back, here or maybe here, one of these two, and load up plants and other things, or, stuff like that. I could load it up with books too, I suppose. That would be an option. All sorts of ideas that I do not have. All right, so hey, let's just make sure everything is lit over here. It's not so much. Great. Okay, now it's lit over here. That's fabulous. Okay, now I had this set up. Right, so it provided a little bit of a roof here as you were looking at the bees and the farmer, right? You didn't have all the air stuff, and then you can just walk up. And it also provides this nice little extra layer of floor. So I'm not going to put trapdoors here. Okay, that seems reasonable. I do want to do a little bit of something. Now, I can't put oak here, right? Like I've got over here. This block is there specifically to stop the minecarts. I can't put one here because there's that track. But what I can do is I can put some grass or something, or even another composter or something. But I think what I want to do is let's maybe get some grass blocks. All right, let's see what I've got out here. I really should think of maybe moving all of this stuff inside. There's a distinct lack of grass blocks there. Dirt, yes. Grass, not so much. All right, well, that's fine. I do want to clean this out a little bit, so we'll do that. I will drown in whatever that is. Okay. I need to clean up a bunch of the stuff out here. I want to clean this up. I'm thinking a custom tree, maybe over here. Let's see, that's plains. This is wooded hills. So the tree colors might change a little bit, which could be fun. But yeah, I'm thinking a sort of a custom tree over here. Over on this side, I think where these houses are, I'm going to tear them down to make way for a stable or something. Because I've got llamas and horses and stuff tied up all over the place. I really need a good place to put them, And I don't have that. So yeah, I think a stable might be good out there. All right. So anyway, so grass block. So I think, oops, the hell, that was That's silly. Now, why grass? Well, I was thinking if I put some grass here, and then frame it with like some spruce, probably, which would make sense. Though I could also use maybe some dark oak, some sort of trapdoors here on the side. And then I think I want to hit this with I think I might drop some azaleas in there. So let's go get some azalea plants. Okay, just to... Oops, well, that didn't quite take off the way I wanted it to. All right, so let's get some azaleas. I think I want to... I need to label this too. But let's grab a couple of flowering azaleas. I think just for whatever, let's grab some regular azaleas. And I may come in with some moss too. But in fact, I'll take some of those blocks with me. I don't know that I actually want to do that, but you can do some really cool things with the azalea plants and then the moss, because you can put the regular azaleas down, put the moss on top, and you get sort of this bigger bush thing. Which can look nice. So I need to think about. Oh, what? Why is that hive back here not? All right, hang on. Hang on, I must see to my hive. It's like, why is this not doing what I expect it to? And the short answer is I don't know. The long answer is I really don't know. And now, I can do it. I can do it. I can... All right, I can't do it. I want to be able to do it. Come on. All right, fine. We'll do it this way. Okay. There. I can crawl. Crawling is good. Yeah, I don't know why that one decided to not... Oh. Smooth. I don't know why that one was choosing not to do that, but... It didn't. Oh, okay, yeah. It's probably the wrong place, but it's all right. I'm sure no one will notice, except, the entire internet and stuff, but it's okay. Hang on. Okay, I do still have the bees in there. Great. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I need to... I should feed them and get a few more bees in here. It's not bad. I think I'm getting a lot. And now this whole hive can hold up to 60 bees, I think. That's a bit much. But, okay, so I'm sick of plant some flowering azaleas here. And maybe I'll come in here, see what, this is what I was thinking, right? You can take that and then drop in the moss block like that. Okay, is that... Okay, that's going to be dangerous. Wonderful. We'll just throw a torch up there for now while so I don't have bad guys spawning on the azaleas. All right, but you get sort of a nice bush. So throw some trapdoors around there and give that some prettiness. Okay, so yeah, just want to... So this is going to go here. This scaffolding obviously is not going to stay. That's going to disappear. All right, so what corner of things should I work on? Also, I'm going to be filling some of this up here in a little bit too, but right, take those composters out and do a little bit of something here. Actually, there's a right. Right. Let's That's why those composters are there, right? Because I've got this redstone torch on both sides powering the track. So, all right, so that's definitely going to have to live there. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. I can do stuff with that. Now, these are even because that was odd numbers, dude. Odd numbers. Oh, well. All right, so we'll do a little stick tree thing here, and that'll be great. All right, so let's work on this. So I think what I want to do is let's get another bed, and I want to put a little bit of something here in the middle. Okay, the other thing I sort of what I could do, and it's actually an interesting thought, is to come up here and kind of load this up with bookshelves going all the way around. Right? Now, it could be interesting. I could load them up right here. And maybe do a little bit of magic with some ladders and things. I don't know. I've got the trapdoors in the way, which is a bit of a problem. Right, so if I did ladders coming up right to get to the bookshelves, yeah, that's great and all, but my corners are all kind of full. And thanks to these trapdoors, I can't really put anything here, right? So I have to figure out something. I don't have a solution for that. Anyway, what I should get, though, is another bed. I should get some looms, too, because I think there are places here where I want to... Because I really think I do want to put some bookshelves and looms and things up that way, so... All right. So let's go figure out what I can get here. The good news is I've got plenty of string. So looms are going to be easy. I think I even have a stack of bookshelves. Yeah, well, there's 3 of them. I thought I had a whole mess of bookshelves. I probably did, and I probably sold them all. Or broke them to make books. That's a thing I would do. Okay. Do I have... Well, I've got some oak. Or some planks, rather. They are oak planks, so I guess it's right on both counts, but... Don't have a lot of planks. Alright, well... That's fine, I guess. Alright. That's fine. So let's grab some string. Boy, I'm going to have to go cut a tree down here and just to get enough. Well, as I said, I think I'm going to want some more looms. All right, so I'll throw that string back. And what do I want? Is there a particular wood that I want? I don't think so. Not right offhand. So let's go ahead and get some jungle trees here, and we'll figure this out. Shouldn't be too bad. At least that's the theory. Right? Should be okay. Maybe. Lots of maybe happening here, so we'll find out. But I'm definitely going to need to get some more planks to make this work, so let's meander over here to my jungle trees. These are super convenient for getting, all of the wood that I need. Yeah, so I don't have a wood farm. Though I understand they're not, if you don't care about that you're just getting oak, it's apparently not too hard to set up a nice wood farm using moss and azaleas. The only catch is you've got to do, you have to, whoa, hi. Look at you over there being all creepy. I don't believe I invited you to this party. And once again, I'm out of arrows. Because I have a tendency to throw my arrows in a chest and not use them anymore. Well, that was dumb. I wonder what happened to my arrows. Okay, so... Well, hi. You know, you're allowed to just burst into flames and die without shooting me. Okay. He didn't, but he's allowed to. Oh, come back here. Come back here. You're dead? You're dead. All right. All right, come here. Thank you. Jeez, monkeys. All right. I don't know why you're attacking me. I don't think I did anything to him, but... Haha. I've got arrows again. Yep, I'll figure out where I left my... Because I had a bunch of spectral arrows. I don't know where I left them. I dropped them for some reason or other, and probably threw them in a chest somewhere, so I had inventory space. And yep, now they're just gone. They're gone somewhere else, and I will never find them. Or, maybe I will. They're probably stashed somewhere silly. Okay. But that should be enough wood to be getting on with. Okay, just grab those saplings because they're useful. Okay, and I've got lots of yellow dye, so that should be okay. I think if there's anything else I'm going to need right offhand. I think this is good. Do I still have the... No. I have a little bit of string on me, but I need to get some more if I'm going to be making more looms. I think... Man, it's like... So what I say, I think maybe when I get a moment, I should perhaps... yeah, I think I'm done with the trapdoor. Maybe actually clean up and build the entrance to this place. Maybe. It seems like a thing that I could do. I don't know if I have a spot for spider eyes, but... Okay, I do want to buy some bookshelves, though. So, let's see. Who sells bookshelves? He does. And... Nope. Nope. You do. Great. Thank you. I want your bookshelves. I appreciate that. Oops, I'm out of emeralds. Okay. Wow, how much... Oh, jeez. Okay. I may have to feed these guys to the zombie again. I mean, he was okay. This guy... Was it this guy? Yeah, not so much. There's my Fortune 3 guy. Also has Depth Strider too, which is convenient. Actually, I had a Fortune 3 somewhere else too, so maybe that guy was just weird. Huh, I wonder if I took down the sign or something. Alright, hang on. Yeah, there's Fortune 3, so... Huh. Oh, he's... Yeah, Fortune 3, Bane of Arthropods. Smite 3, so... Kind of okay. Yeah, so I just have to go buy some more bookshelves. But before I do that, let's see what was I doing? I was getting some wool because I need yellow wool. Okay. Yep, grab some yellow wool. Or well, I know that's cleverly disguised as white wool, but it happens. So, grab some yellow wool, which is great. I don't have a good spot to stash white wool yet. I haven't quite figured out my sorting system for this for that. So, you know, at least in the idea of what goes where. The sorter itself is built. Just, I don't have the what goes where of it all. In the meantime. All right, so let's grab some of this stuff. Oops, that's the wrong place. I need to craft a yellow bed. Wonderful. And I think I want to get a little bit more string so that if I need to, I can craft up a few more handy-dandy looms. So do I have more crafting tables? I do. Cool. Let's take one with me. I've got some, I think, down in the basement, but it'll be nicer to have one up where I'm working. Because I'm not entirely sure how I want this to work. It's just thinking I need some spruce. Spruce or dark oak trapdoors. Which I don't have those. Well, great. I picked the wrong tree to cut down. All right, well, I'll get those later. That's a problem for future me. And, yeah, where did I leave all of my... Oh, there's another yellow bed. Cool. I'll need that later. I know I picked up some arrows. I just don't know where they ended up. Okay, I mean, I've got a whole chest, multiple chests full of arrows over there. But... all right. It's bugging me. I'm going to go get some spectral arrows. I suppose it's possible I lost the arrows when I died, but... I guess it doesn't really matter. I've got plenty of them over here. Lots and lots. Boom. Say, you know, spectral arrows going up to the sky almost. So, yeah, I've got plenty. So, don't need to worry about that. All right. I'll dump the rest of these arrows into the sorter. The other thing I really need to set up on some of these, because I've got some bulk storage for regular arrows, which I've been using as a filter. Rotten flesh, which has also been filter worthy, right over there. But they do build up. And, okay, I can trade the rotten flesh. It's not a great trade, but it exists and I can do it. Yeah. But I can't really do that with arrows. So, and there's only so much gunpowder I can use, though, obviously. Rockets are a thing that I need to make. Okay. But, yeah, so I'm thinking I need a flush system for some of those. It's like, okay, we're gonna just dump this into a destruction bin or something, you know. I don't know. It's something. All right, so yeah, let's start up here. Now, so I was got a couple of options, right? So I could come in here. And I could, let's do that. We'll slap a loom in because why not? Right, and do something along those lines. Right now, the question is, do I want it there? Right, so it's back a little ways, or I kind of think I do, because I think what I'll do, yeah, because what I'll do is I'll run the shelves around, and then what I can do is I can put a little railing, and I can set up a ladder or something somewhere so that it looks like you could get up here and it would be all sorts of great, right? Sure. Ow. So something like that can be done. All right, so the other yellow bed's going to go here. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of something in here. Now, I could take some stairs in. I don't have the materials I need to build any of that. I do have a crafting table, but that's not quite the same thing. But build a little bit of a thing, right? I mean, I could come in, just kind of do something like this. So the loom should go that way. And then maybe put, I don't know, I could come up like this. A little something in the middle, perhaps. I don't entirely like that, though. Grab the Silk Touch pickaxe. So, I mean, I do want to put something in here. I just think the bookshelves are going to be a little bit too much. Right? Does that kind of make sense? So, to figure out something there. All right, so okay, so we'll just get the bookshelves in place. Ah, yes, and then it's slaberific. Wonderful. I mean, I guess I could come in there with some dark oak slabs and just cover the top of it. Okay, and which wouldn't be bad, honestly. I mean, it's definitely an option. All right, so if I do that, and then what if I were to take... Actually, maybe I should take some jungle. So let's grab some jungle trapdoors. Okay. And I want to put them... Let's see, I could... Let's take these jungle trapdoors. I want to expand the scaffolding out so that I can take the trapdoors. Oops, no, wrong way. Wrong way. Ah, jeez, monkeys. You know, sometimes you just want them to be able to go. Yeah, I think that's going to look good. So let's go ahead and kick that over. Right. Cool. Let me just take the scaffolding down for a minute. Let's take a look, see what that looks like. All right. Crap. All of that? Okay. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. I will need some light and stuff up there, I think. Let's see, what are the light levels doing up here? They're mostly okay, right? Except for where they're not okay. Right, because the bookshelves block all of the light. Right. Now, it's dark on top of that, too. Nothing is going to spawn in that half slab. But, okay. Oh, okay. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, you know, I'm just going to walk through the scaffolding. I also put all that in the wrong spot, so. Okay, better. All right, where are my torches? All right, so I'm definitely going to need a little bit of light here as I get these bookshelves in place, which is fine. Okay. So that's going to go. I could even... Ooh, so what if I were to come in here? Right, I could even create a little book nook, right? So you can come in here. Let's just load this up like this. Do you want to angle it over? So if that goes that way, right, I could come into that, like, oops. Nope. Right, I could come in somewhere sort of like this and just have this nice little area here. Now, I could push these shelves all the way back, but I like kind of how they're looking this way. So where's my, grab another loom. Okay. The looms just make great empty bookshelves. So if you're ever looking for a way to help break up and style some of your shelves, looms are great for this. Okay, so definitely need to buy some more of that. But I kind of like what this is looking like from, right? I like the jungle coming all the way along here. All right, I just need to set up some form of ladder that would look like, oh, this is a reasonable way up there, you know. I don't necessarily have to, but it would make sense, right? There's some actual functionality happening here. Right, so I'll have to play with that a little, but the place for it to go would almost make sense for it to come here, because this, all that this does is hide the scaffolding here, which supports this. And I could take that out, right? I mean, it's not essential. So we could take that out. Build some ladders going up that way. That might be interesting. It definitely could be interesting. Okay. Something to think about. But I am going to need about 15,000 more bookshelves and looms to make this work. So let's go get all of the bookshelves. Man, who doesn't like a good bookshelf, right? All right, so let's come back down here. I happen to have a little bit of money. Just a touch. Okay, and that might be enough. Okay. But I definitely going to have to go get some bookshelves. So, yeah, I wonder if I must just not have fed. Yeah, I haven't fed him to the zombie enough, I guess. Okay. But I definitely have a few of those guys that I can do that with, so. Oops, he's not. He is. Great. I suppose if I hold... This is the trick, right? If I hold the... Of course, now they're all just holding out their enchanted books. Okay. Nope. Yes. There are a couple of trades you can do that sort of build the system, especially when you get these guys all zombied up. You get the bookshelf, and then you break the bookshelf, and then a few of these guys buy books. So you have one bookshelf for an emerald that gives you 3 books, and then they buy 1 book for an emerald. So you actually come out ahead there a little bit. The other one, which is crazy, is the emerald for 4 glass. And then you turn that into panes, and you trade the panes to the to those guys. And oh yeah, it just goes crazy. So, all right, how am I doing? It's a stack plus. We need more than that. All right. Where? Okay, and I am not out of emeralds yet. Okay. So there's one guy here who's expensive, so we'll skip him. Couple guys there who are expensive. Alright, because, you know, if their bookshelves cost 4 times as much, why should I buy from them? Well, I shouldn't. That's just how that's going to work. Okay, guys done. Alright. Some of these guys are there. Are coming, getting their trades back. Not all of them, sadly. Alright, well, that's fine. Go ahead and get some sleep and probably craft up another... I don't know if I need a full stack of looms, but I definitely need a bunch of them. So let's see. If I take that and let's just craft up... Okay, that's not a full stack, but that's like 19. That should be good. If I do, you know, 4 or 5 per side, including the corners, that should take care of that. While I'm here, I do have a few dark oak slabs. I don't think I have a lot of them, though. Yeah, I've got a few. If I want to do more, I'll have to cut down some dark oak trees. Which is totally fine. It is a thing I can do. I have an axe. I have dark oak saplings. We can make this work. I'm sure this will be fine. All right. So let's meander back here. Now, I do need to do a little bit of something up on the roof there too. Some dark brown wool or something to keep things happy. But all right, so if I were to come in here with the, oops, nope, not there. But just take the slabs across the top like that. Okay, see, that's going to look better. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and slap a couple more bookshelves in. I think whoa, there, I'm going to just fall off the edge because that seems like a thing to do. But if I take this loom that way, okay. So now it's looking bookshelf on both sides, which is what I want. Okay, so now that's going to come to about there. All right, so something approximately like that, right? And then I angled out. Oh. All right. Take that out. I guess I could leave that there. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to need to do something here, but for now, that something is called a torch. Okay. But a little bit of light or something in there would be helpful. I can probably, yeah, because that's a slab. Why is this? Okay. I may just have to just do a little bit of interior decorating, because that's what this is all about, of course, is decorating the interior. So, you know. All right, so now this is going to come back this way. Right? And then same thing here. This is going to go that way. And then back. And today, I think I just ran it across like this. Okay. I technically don't need a block there because of, you know, important reasons. I do like the idea of dropping a loom right there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Kind of going like that, right? That's got a special something to it. All right, so how's the light levels there? Yeah, so I'm going to need to probably put some light right in here. I don't know quite how I want that to look. Um, but there should be a little bit of something, I think. If I put a lantern or something here in this corner, like I could fill that in and just hang lanterns here in the corners. I think that'll light things up well enough that that'll work. I think now I'm just gonna go ahead and just trace out the bookshelves here. So that feels wrong. Yep. Those two were in the wrong place. All right. Okay, there we go. This should do it. Might as well throw a loom in there too because I've got them. Okay, so now this goes like that. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is gonna be nice up here. We've got this little got this going up here. So I can do some things on these blocks here if I wanted to. I'd also want to put something just to tone down this honeycomb that's on top. I don't know quite what, but definitely a little something. Okay, so we'll bring this across this way. Let's put a loom right here. All right. So those are going to go there. Yeah, that way I just make sure the corners are the same on all of them. Right, I could fill in the corners, but I'm kind of liking a little bit of this depth that's happening here. So I'll wait on that. So I could do a little bit more, but for now. Okay. I also do want to... Oh, I did already slap a bookshelf there. Cool. So let's see. Do I want to... Let's see. I think I'll put a loom right here in the middle. Okay, I think I'll take one out here as well. Just slap that down like that. Okay. All right, do I have enough? I think there are a few places over here. Like, I want to come in down on this side. I think right there. Let's drop in a loom. Okay, so that's looking a little bit better. That's not too bad. It's going to be okay. I think I'm all right up there too. All right, nice. So the next thing I need to do is get some temp blocks here, so around the edges. Right, so I can get my, well, I don't have nearly enough of that. Well, that's fine. I have a crafting table, and I have wood. It's just how that works. I need more than that, I'm fairly certain. That's going to be close. Because what is it? It looks like 7 per side. Yeah. So 34 will definitely do it. All right. Where's my shovel? Ow. Okay. Yeah, see, that's gonna... That provides a nice little railing going across there. Acacia would be a good one too, but it's... I think the acacia would be too bright, so we're gonna skip that one. Okay, we'll just get this all up going this way. I guess I can... Well, no. It'll be easier to deal with from this side. Okay. And one more side. Great. Alright, so just hop up there. And yeah. So I'll have to figure out a little bit of something to do. So I wanted to put in a little bit of a ladder type deal. Okay, I'm definitely going to need some lanterns. Okay. Yeah, now I'm part of me, I'm looking at this and thinking I might want to put the put a ladder up here. But I'm thinking I may want to put it off center. Not because I want to throw off everybody who just totally in love with symmetry. But because if I put it off center, it gives it a little bit of a lived in, used type feel, right? Okay, so I'm going to need some ladders. I need to go get some... Do I want to do that with spruce? Yeah, I think I need some spruce. So grab some spruce trapdoors. I almost feel like I need a little bit of something along the edge there too, but I'm not sure what. So for now, I'm going to leave it. But it definitely feels like there should be a little bit of something. And yeah, a little bit of something along the top. I mean, I could just hit that with birch trapdoors, but I do kind of want some of that honeycomb to show through, which means I have to put it in something like oak. Jungle, I think, would blend in too much with the rail, so I don't want to do that. All of these fun, weird, and crazy ideas that I have and don't know what to do. All right, so let's slide over here. We'll grab a little bit of spruce. Do I have a slot for looms here? I can. All right, I'm gone. I also have plenty of lanterns, so we got that going for us. All right. So I'll take some lanterns with me. Let's see. Okay, also lots of ladders, so I'm not going to need nearly that many. But I do need some spruce, so I'll get some spruce and we'll see how this goes. Yeah. So I'm not totally sure how I want to handle all of this. You know, I know the entryway is going to come down over the sorting system, but how all of that works, I haven't really thought of much yet. Whoa. All right. Switch to my... I just don't need to silk touch the leaves. I mean, spruce leaves are great and all, but I just don't need them right now. So, for those of you that celebrated Halloween this weekend, y'all have a good time. Hopefully it was wonderful. We had a little Halloween get-together at church on Saturday. You know, a little trunk-or-treat thing for the kids. As you've not seen that particular custom, it's like, all right, everyone will set up their cars. Kids can go to the trunks of the cars and get to get candy like they're trick or treating. It's cute and it's safe and all that fun stuff. Oops, for the kids. And then, because Halloween was on Sunday, we didn't open up for trick or treaters. Because it's just one of those things I don't want to do on the Sabbath. So, but it was still a nice quiet night. I was dealing with not sleeping well and sore back or something like that too. So the joys of getting old and stress and stuff, I think, causing my sleeping issues. I just saw something fall from there. I could have sworn it was a pig. I know it wasn't, but still. Okay. Oh, I don't need those there. Don't need that torch there either. But now, what I haven't decided yet. Let's see, is that enough? Oh, that's enough. We'll call that good. Yep. Far, my little resources. Far. Yeah, so I've got a number of things I haven't decided yet. So, it could be good. I might have to get some blackstone or maybe some deep slate as I do some stuff up here. But first things first. First off, I don't need to strip spruce, so let's go ahead and just grab that. And I do need some spruce trapdoors. It's almost certainly too many, but we'll go start with that. All right, so I'm coming in here. So, yeah, so if I'm doing this here, I want to take this out, potentially. Okay, so I'll worry about that here in a minute. But what I want to do is like right here. Okay, I'm just going to hoppy-doppy right on up this way. Oh, they're facing the wrong way. Okay, we're just going to, pretend I know what I'm doing. Because if we pretend hard enough, we might all agree that I do kind of know what I'm doing, and we can just go with that, right? Is that how that works? Sure. We'll just everyone close your eyes and imagine real hard, and this should be fine. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to grab the ladders. Remember what I said about I kind of know what I'm doing? Yeah, not even a little bit. Okay, so I need these trapdoors to go like that, right? So I can put a ladder on them on that side. Okay. All right, so this is just going to hop up this way. All right, so now we get ladders. Whoa. That's fine. We'll just fall through the floor. It's okay. Everything is fine. I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to scaffold up this way just a little bit, so that I can. There we go. Slap that on there too. Okay. Just close that. Awesome. Okay, so now this should let me come up this way, right on up and over. Okay, cool. So the scaffolding all goes away. Yeah, so now we've got ourselves a nice little ladder. And yes, it's off-center. And that's off-center for a reason. Though, I could. So that's coming right up there. Ooh, you know what might be better? Yeah, I think this is going to be better. So I'm going to slide this over here. And I want this trapdoor to go that way. Okay. So it's over one, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop up here kind of like this. All right. Okay, so let's get all of that goodness. Why can I pick that up? All right. And then what I'm going to need to do is go get some chains, which I don't have with me, but oops. All right. Scaffolding can be a pain in the neck sometimes. All right. Okay, so that's going to go across this way. So get these ladders here, right? All right, so that's going to go this way. Now, yeah, then you can open that up and get over. But what I want to do here is it's going to be a little bit impressionist, but I think that's going to be okay. So, step one, chains. Step two is I need to figure out how to get out of this house. All right, so just whip right on through here. There we go. Down we go. I don't need the spruce for now. I don't think I need those trapdoors. Keep that. Okay. Chains, which means iron. Okay, so oh, right, that one's not quite full yet, so that's all right. All right, so let's take probably not that many. Grab some iron. Oh, right. So what do I have that I don't need right now? Grass. Grass is good. All right, so let's get some chains. Now, that might be okay. I don't have a good chest where I'm putting, like, iron things. As well as maybe some other decorative whoa. And that was the wrong button. Okay. We're good. We're good. Everything is fine. I need to reprogram that button. Instead of hitting the Windows key and make it do something useful, like that one. Right. All right. So I've got some chains. Oh, we'll go and throw this. Oh, that one's all full. All right, cool. This one should be starting to get iron then. Well, soon. Top chest isn't full yet. All right, so I've got some chains, and I think this is going to work. But first, I'll sleep, and then we'll head over there, and I'll see what I can do with this. All right. Derpy, 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 derp, derp. Derpy, derp, derp, derpy, derp, derp. All right. Ow. All right. You know, it's okay. Smashing into the building. Great fun. Fun times for everybody. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up this way, and I'm going to run chains. Oh, right. I can't run it there because of trapdoor related reasons. Right. Okay. You know, I'd like to eat some carrot, please. No, 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 no. Oh, no. All right. That's fine. It's not going to hurt anything yet. There it is. Stop. Okay. This seems like a good place as any to... Okay, so the lantern's not going to go right there unless I either hang it. Oops, no. Right, I can hang it there like that. Now that should... Yeah, provide almost enough light. If I do the same thing over here. Yep, that's a definite almost. Cool. So it just leaves this spot in the middle, which is really unfortunate. Oops, well. Just a torch there for now. Okay, so... Alright, so what to do here? Right, so I can put that lantern there, but it does not seem to provide quite enough light. All right, let's take that out for a minute. All right, so if I hang this instead from here, then that does okay. Right, I can put some lanterns there like that. Now, that's okay, but it's not great. Now, this, I believe... There's axe. Yeah. Okay, so that has to be there, because that's part of the roof. Alright, so... Great. Alright, so what to do? Because I'd really like to... Because it would actually be nicer to be able to take this... Just hang it here in the corner. It just doesn't provide enough light coming across this way. Now, right, I can't hang lanterns up from here. Just means that I couldn't cover this up completely. And maybe that's okay. That might be okay. So let's take that out. Because, yeah, I mean, hanging a lantern here from the middle of this isn't bad. Though, let's see what this looks like if I hang them here instead of in the middle. I think I like that better. Yeah, I think if I hang them there like that. Let's take this out. Okay, we'll hang them there so they're sort of spaced out there just a touch. Okay. Now I should be able to do this. I probably don't even... Oh, I do still need the light there in the corners. That's fine. That's fine. I can handle that. Okay, so that torch comes out. Comes out. Thank you. Okay. All right, so now that's not looking too bad. So you're down here. You've got this ladder going up. Now, I might do a little bit of work on that, but all right, because like I could take this down right there as the yeah, because that's not too bad. So it would be better if I could get the chain going all the way across. But I think that's mostly okay. I mean, when you look at it from this side, it looks fine. It's just the, oh yeah, that's what the ladder goes across, right? Right, and I can just pop that if I do want to come up here. But Huh. Okay. Okay, those corners are all right. That corner needs to match. Okay. Yeah, all of this seems to be doing okay. Yeah, now I could slap a little bit of carpet up here, but I think it's okay. Yeah, so this would be it would be preferable just if I could get this if that chain would go all the way across, but it can't, so we'll just go with it. Oops, and I'll take that out. Cool. Okay, yeah, so I need a bunch of dark oak, which I don't have, but just to finish up around the though, that actually looks a little bit better. So I'm going to take that. Okay, so that's going to go there. So let's go ahead and take this out. And, oh, come on. All right, I'm going to have to go outside and pick up some slabs. Yep, it just doesn't want to go that way. But that does look a little bit better, having that gap above the shelves. It just gives it a little extra depth, Well, Minecraft is awesome, but sometimes things tend to line up too much just because of the nature of the game, so... All right. And that's fine. So, yes, the other excitement in my life, because it's not like I have enough excitement going on, but one of the things I've been wanting to do forever, actually, that might not be a bad thing there. One of the things I've wanted to do forever is take an improv class. And I can actually sign up for that class starting tomorrow. The class won't start until January, but registration opens tomorrow. So that'll be cool. Looking forward to that little bit of fun. Maybe I'll come out of it and I'll be funny at some point. Because that's what this stream is missing. Yeah. Silly hijinks, and jumping off roofs. Also fun. I wouldn't recommend it as a general rule, but, sometimes. Sometimes. All right. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. That little bit of fun. All right, so, yeah, so here's one of the things I was looking at. Would be maybe not covering the whole thing, but filling in maybe just on the corners. Yeah, I think that's going to work out a little bit nicer. It's subtle, but I think it's going to... Oops, not there. There. Yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah, it's subtle, but I think it's going to... It gives it just a little bit of extra... A little bit of connectedness, which is what I wanted when I was building it all the way across. But building it all the way across was too much. So, all right. So that's not too bad, right? So you're down here. It's not... Right, you're looking around. So you've got a little bit of that. Sure, you can see the shelves and stuff. Just through that. And then when you come up here, so you've got this nice little balcony you can look down on. You look down upon the bees. The poor farmer who just lives there. He's... You can just look down upon them and enjoy all of the work that they do, right? Because after all, this is a farm. That was the whole point of this, was to build the wheat and honey farm. Oh, why is that? There is something that is just not right with this farm on this side. Because that's all going through. That's right. Why? Because this side's been doing okay. Right? Those aren't clogging up. But this side is. Huh. That's odd. That's really odd. All right. What the heck? Seriously. What the heck? All right. Fortunately, I can come down here and do stuff, but it just doesn't make any sense. All right. So is that everything? Yeah, that's all of it. Okay. Come on. Get out of the hole. Huh. I don't know why that is. The rest of those were doing okay. It's just that side. I guess let's double check. So the circuit's the same. It's couple. It's 1, 2, glass, and then that. Did I screw up this side? No, it's 1, 2, glass, down. There's the comparators. Right? Use glass. You could use slabs instead of glass, but glass is fine. You just need something that's transparent to redstone. And glass is. Huh. All right, well, I guess I'll keep an eye on it and see, but I think that should be okay. And these guys are loaded up for... oh, yeah, these are all shears. Oh, maybe that was why. That's probably what it was. Okay. Let's just double check and make sure, but... yeah, I think that's what it was. I had some oak planks that fell into the hoppers, so the hopper triggered because of the stuff. You know, because the honey was full. But shears didn't happen because of the blocks that fell into it. So that definitely explains it. Okay, let's come around this way so I can double check, make sure the I don't accidentally have something. Okay, yeah. Yep, so that was it. Okay, cool. So nice cozy little fireplace going on there. Lots of storage. Yeah, so... yep, plenty of stuff. Now, all of this is manual except for... right, this is wheat coming up this way. This is bone meal coming into, you know, mostly this one, but also this one a little bit. And then all of these are empty. All of these are empty. And this row is empty. So I can load all of this stuff up myself. Same with that top row. That was just for decor to finish filling it in. You know, so if I want to do a little extra storage there, I can. Okay. And I could use some birch doors, I think, here on some of this spot too. But I'm not working on that floor yet. I'm working on this floor. Well, and the one above it, but, you know. Okay, so I need to eat, first of all. Now, let's see. If I were to take... now, I could come in sort of like that. I don't really like that setup, though. What if I were to take some... Okay, now these are spruce, which is okay, but I'm not sure spruce is what I want to do here. But for now, let's... Right, I could do one of these tables. Right, I can do something along those lines. Right, so you got this nice little... That nice little thing going on. Even better would be to have the trapdoor at that level, but then you get sort of this wavy desk, and that's not quite the ideal. Now, typically when you set up a table like that, you'd put the trapdoor, you would do it this way, right? Oops. This way, right? So you put the trapdoor kind of, let's see, make sure this opens it in the right way, right? And then you put stuff here like that, and then you could put, you know, blocks on it or flowers or whatever, right? Problem I've got with this one is I've got those beds in the way, so I can do stuff like that. I just can't. That just doesn't work as well here, right? So, yeah, so that's not quite the option I want. Now what I could do, let's see, let's grab some fiddlesticks. Okay, so that's oak, and that's jungle, and that's... All right, basically what I need is a chest. And I'm just wrong. All right, so do all that. Let's grab... Okay, crafting table. Let's grab a chest. Now, this it's not to say this chest is going to live anywhere, but I just need one for some reasons. Because what I want to do is I want to come in here with a little bit of some spruce. Oops, no. I want to craft up some spruce stairs. Okay. And let's try doing something like this. Let's take those trapdoors out. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these stairs. I'm going to try to kind of go this way with them. Okay. Just like that. Now, so that's kind of fun. Now, what I could do... Yeah, see, what I could do then is I could come in with maybe some polished blackstone stairs and do sort of, I could put a little desk thing there. I could come in and just put some flowers and stuff. But I think that's a nice little table that's going on there. Okay? Yeah. So I can do, so I think a little potted plant might be good there, or a lamp, probably like an end rod lamp with, or, oh, I could even come in with some candles. Because those are things that exist now. Ooh. Yeah. So I could dye some candles. Maybe make some green ones, I think. Since I've got some cactus. I think I have to smelt it down, but I've got cactus. But yeah, some green candles I think would set apart nicely in here. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and set up, oops, wrong one. Set up that same table design just right in here like this, right? So you get this nice little table going on there. I'll lay down some more beds and stuff here on the sides, but let's start with this. So we'll get that going there, and there, and there. Okay? Yeah, and I think I'll just come in, yeah, with some little potted plants and stuff happening in here. And I'll probably muck about with some azaleas and things. Right in here. Yeah, I'll have to figure out a little bit of something for what to do in the corners there. But, all right, so I've got that. So, yeah, so it's going to just drop off a couple of things here. And craft up. Well, it's not enough beds, but it's close. Okay, let's try putting that in the right place, though, right? Yeah, see, it's amazing what happens. You put the blocks in the right place, it works a lot better. I highly recommend, if you want my Minecraft tips, if you're coming here as a Pearl Stalker, what are your Minecraft tips? I would say put the blocks in the right place. It really helps your build, honestly. So that's it. That's my first tip. Put your blocks in the right place. All right, so go ahead and rest there. All right, so yeah, candles. I'm going to need a flint and steel as well so I can light them. Some candles and some pots for flowers. Okay, cool. I can do those things. All right, flower pots and candles. Mostly, I've got the wax here, so I just need the string. All right, but I don't know that I have any green dye, so let's go get some. Or at least start crafting some. Or, cooking it. So I've got this nice little... Yeah, see? Got lots of green dye going on here. Or, well, proto dye. It's cactus, but the cactus farm dumps out there. It's like green. All right, so that's going to do its thing. Oh, that's the other thing I did is I expanded out the storage here so that this wouldn't fill up quite so fast. Or wait a minute, it'd still fill up the same amount of time, but I've got more storage. So for my sugar farm and for the melon farm. The melon farm was actually completely full. So I had to, because I just had one double chest there. So to deal with that fun. And yeah, it's not 100% efficient, but I'm okay with that. Because it's not like I'm over here trying to catch every melon to feed to my villagers for emeralds and stuff, right? Okay, so I'll just hop over here. So I need to cook up the cactus. And I need to see what I can do. Oh, I should have brought some of that. I don't need to bring those melons right now. I should have. All right, so we'll go ahead and cook that dye up. Oh, I do have some. Cool. Okay, I just like to fill that up. I really, what I'd like to do is just have this all the way full. So I'm pretty much always stacked with stuff. Okay, so grab some flower pots. I don't have a spot for for brick yet. Set something to as I load up this storage system here to figure out what to do with all that stuff. Okay, so I've got some flower pots, got some stuff going on here. I'm just gonna leave one thing of yellow wool here. Yeah, this chest is pretty much going to be yellow. I think what I'm going to do is like yellow, orange, red, sort of greens and blues and purples, and just sort of snake the rainbow across this way. It's only like 16 chests, right? So it'd be 15 and then a couple of extras for other things. And then I've got, more over there that I can do stuff with. So that's kind of what I was thinking of for the storage on this side of the room was going to be my wool and glass and things like that storage. So, all right. Anyway, so I've got that cooking. I need, what was I going to turn? Oh, yeah, I'm going to need string. It says, why am I cooking green dye again? I need it for something. Yeah, candles. Okay, so you know what I think I'm going to do here? I'm going to go ahead and put the chains in there. I'm going to put, cape one of those. Split those iron nuggets in there. There. Well, and I've got a, not in there, but I've got a chest that's got some, that's weakness potions. Yeah, I was trying to think of what other potions I wanted to have just ready when I needed it. And I got thinking maybe some water-breathing potions might be good, or, something like maybe night vision, something like that. I've got lots of iron bars. Okay. Grab them. I'll add them to the sorting. Okay. Hi. Well, this diversion of randomly sorting my chest has been brought to you today by, I kind of know what I'm doing and have an idea, All right, so go ahead and load that up. I'll split that one more time. I know I'm going to end up crafting more iron bars because I'm just silly like that. Trust me, it happens a lot. It's like, I'll just craft up some iron bars. Wait, what about the 3, 4, 5 stacks you already have? Well, I'll deal with those later. It's a thing. We'll figure it out. All right, so I thought I had some more. Well, I'm doing some more nuggets. I thought I had some like trap doors or regular iron doors. Maybe I just stashed them somewhere else. Or maybe I used them. Also possible. That is a thing that could have happened. All right, so let's go get some of this green dye. Okay. That's probably good. We'll let those 2 stacks cook up. And let's see, flint and steel. There we go. Alrighty, so let's get back over to the farm and get some decorating. This does kind of look like an old one-room schoolhouse. Just, okay, I suppose. I have to admit, it was a little bit of the, oops, I need wax. It was a little bit of the thought process there. Oops. The storage is on this side. I suppose I could put a door on the other side too, but... Alright, so let's grab some honeycomb. Now, I want to craft up candles. Okay. And I want to make them green. Alright. We're good. We're good. I certainly have enough string. I can craft up more candles if I need to. And, of course, other colors are totally possible. All right, so let's see. If I take some candles here. And let's throw a couple of candles there. All right. Boom. There we go. Got a little bit of that. How's the... light level's not ideal, but... Okay. Now, that was the other thing was thinking. Oh, chains. I threw all the chains into the storage because that was dumb. Just thinking a couple of hanging lamps might be good just at various spots around the place, So, I've got the lamps. Got lots of lanterns. But did I bring the chains? No! That would have made sense. But nope. Okay, but I do like the green. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, okay. I just don't know how to place them. Cool. All right, so those are lit. Yeah, so just coming out here when I get close to the edge. So yeah, so having a couple of lanterns just sort of hanging out here, sort of along this would be kind of nice. Yeah, all right. So I was going to put some plants here. I'm just going to go ahead and put the flower pots in. All right, so let's put some flower pots in there. And I think, where are those azaleas? Okay, so let's grab some of the azaleas here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the stairs and then come back up. Right, so you can put the azaleas in the pots. I know this isn't news to anybody. But then, you know, I could... Oh, I don't want to put in the block. Right? If I put the block there, it changes the stuff on the outside. I don't want to do that. So, let me get some... I'll get some azalea leaves. I think I've got a bunch of them back at the house. But the leaves shouldn't bond with the brick there. Okay. So, yeah. So, yeah, we'll just throw a couple of these in. I'm not... No, I don't want to do that. I think I want those to be a little bit more custom. But, so yeah, we'll throw some... Throw a few plants here, and I'm going to need some more flowers, I think. But so those are nice. I like the azaleas. Make really nice potted plants. Just I gotta say. Okay, and yeah, a few different colors of candles maybe, but azalea leaves. Let's go get the azalea leaves. All right. Because I harvested a bunch of these because I was doing the interior there. All right, so grab some. Yeah, grab some plain ones too. Okay, so the idea is to not crash into the building again. Yes, again, I tend to do it a lot. Right, you see, because I got a bunch of the flowering azalea. Right, so I can give the bees places. Yeah, so they really love the corners, right? So let me drop down here. They like these corner flowers. Very rarely, like this guy who's just sort of dancing, very rarely do they seem to want to come up and sniff at these ones along the top. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but I don't know if they just can't, I don't know, can't pollinate from it or whatever, but they can get to these ones just fine, so I don't know. I don't get it. All right, so anyway, I was doing stuff. So, right, I can come in here. Right, see the leaves don't bond with that. So I can come in there with the leaves like this. Right. The moss looks a little bit better with the azalea sapling. Actually, it looks a little cheesy. Just with that much flowery stuff. Okay, yeah, the moss block looks a little bit better than the azalea leaves, but it doesn't connect with the brick there, so we'll go with the leaves. All right, so yeah, we got that going. We've got some of this stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll... Oops, no. think that one I'll take some flowering azaleas on. Okay. Yeah, so it's just a little bit dense down here. Oh, I do have the spruce trapdoors. Cool. All right, yeah, because I wanted to bring this in like that. Wonderful. One thing that might be better there, instead of the grass, would be some podzol. And the reason the podzol might be good is it looks a little bit like potting soil. So slapping that in there might be a good thing. All right, so we got candles. I need to get chains, which I totally forgot. All right, and then yeah, I think a little table in here might be good. So if I were to, I think a dark oak table. Do I have? I've got spruce. I don't have dark oak. Yeah, I think a nice dark oak table might be good here in the middle. What might be really good, unfortunately, it's hard to make work right, would be a the map making tables, right? Cartography tables. That's the word, cartography. It's like, yeah. Because they don't rotate, they're not directional. So they can get kind of funky trying to get them in a nice way. But yeah, so that might be good. Let's see. So we got some of those. We got that. I do want to take some candles. I don't know that I want to load them all up fully, right? Especially if I'm going to be hanging lanterns. I want the lanterns to be the main source of light. So having a couple of candles just sort of hanging out wouldn't be bad. All right. So, yeah, so I'm going to have to go get some dark oak. So many distractions. It's all right. It's my own fault. I'm okay with that. Totally okay with that. All right. It's not down all the way down because it's a weird little landing there, which is I really actually like that. It's just I keep forgetting that it's there. All right, so let's grab some dark oak saplings and then go get some dark oak tree. Come on, down we go. I really should add the vanilla tweak so I can get other player head things, you know. Dark oak. Oh, I only have 2 saplings, so I guess I'll go and hope for the best. You know, because some other right now I've got just the mob heads, but getting the other player heads could be nice, just decorative stuff, right? All right, so let's gonna just hop down here, chop away at the fun and excitement. So, let's see. I'm trying to think what else is going on. Stuff, I'm sure. There is stuff going on. Okay. As soon as I get some more saplings, I'll finish that off. But it is a little bit easier to get these from the top. Fortunately, this particular tree was short enough it wasn't too bad to deal with. But okay, so we'll get all of that goodness. All right, let's go saplings. So many saplings that I do not have. Let's go saplings, let's go. Yes. Yeah, I was like, all right. Minecraft sports team game names. Here we have the the Enderman, which would be sort of a weird name for a team, actually. Yeah, here's the Plain Saplings. Yeah, I don't know. It's now batting for the Plain Saplings. Johnny Enderman. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. Do you have good Minecraft team names? Like what would be, aside from, the Flaming Enderman, which I suppose would be a good name for a team. Let's just dismiss that, but actually that's a fun name. Yeah, the Flaming Enderman. That doesn't strike terror into the heart of your opponent. I don't know what does. But yeah, so if you've got some team name suggestions, just for random grins and giggles, I don't know. I was going to say the San Francisco Zombies, but I don't know. How are the Niners doing this year? All right. Anyway, so I've got some dark oak. That's what I was here for. Some dark oak. I don't remember why. That would involve paying attention to my own stream, and that's just not possible, I'm the one playing the game. I'm not paying attention to it. That doesn't make any sense. All right. So, trapdoors. I wanted dark oak trapdoors. All right. Okay, that's spruce. That's fine. Trapdoors. Okay, that's all of them, but... All right, so what I want to do is kind of come in like that. All right. No. That's wrong. What I want to do is come in like this. At that level. Not the level above. That would have been wrong. So, right, because I want to come in... I didn't get the chains. All right. Come fly with me. Come fly away. No one will ever confuse me for Fred Astaire. Partly because he's dead. And I'm not. So between those two vital aspects, it's pretty easy to tell us apart. All right, do you want to grab some more of those? I need to grab some more iron. Am I the only one who thinks chains are overly expensive? Probably not, but they are. Okay. Okie dokie. So I've got some chains. All right, that should do it. So I'll see what I can do here about some lanterns and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Do people confuse you for dead famous singers and stuff? Are you an Elvis impersonator? That's cool too. All right, so let's come in here. I was thinking of grabbing some chains, and kind of like there. And where's my... I put them in the chest, right? Yep. Okay. Let's take that out. And so what is that? That's actually sort of right there. Okay. Yeah, see, that's going to provide enough light this way. So, okay, take that torch out. And we're going to do the same thing over here. A little lamp, little chain, little lantern. Right? Because I like the hanging chains here, or the hanging lamps. I think they look pretty okay. Kind of feels like maybe I want to have a little bit of something else here too. I don't quite know. All right. Cool. So let's get these torches out of here. All right. Yeah, so back here in these corners, it's going to be a little bit of an issue too. All right. So for now, let's go and put that torch back. All right. Now I was playing over here, so let's take this stuff out. Now, obviously, it's dark, right? I mean, that it is. It's. But what I could do is I could take some candles, right? And I could, right? And now, where's my lighter? All right, flickum bickus. There we go. Turns out, not quite enough light. No, not so much. All right, but what I could do is I could slap a lantern right there in that corner. I'm going to take those candles out. I could put them back, but yeah, and I may want to anyway, just for some light-related reasons. All right, let's... Do I still have... I do have still some spruce trap doors. And I think what I want to do is... yeah. So, yeah, I think that'll work. The other option might be some... little something else, but... All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Candles will float once you've placed them. You have to place them on something, but then they'll just sort of float. Ooh, you know what might be really cool? Would be some end rods with candles on them. Ooh. Now I'm curious. Oh, I'm really curious. That could be fun. And some of the candles could be lit, some of them not, but let's hop down here. I need to set up a chorus fruit farm here at some point because I don't have a lot of end rods. I think I have some chorus flowers in one of these chests. Right, that's stone. Oh, that's right, because that block is actually the label, right? I labeled these. This is all the wood types. This one is crimson and warped because I don't tend to have as many of those. And then this was stone stuff. All right. End rods with candles on them. Could be all sorts of fun. Aha! That's where my iron trapdoors disappeared to. I knew I had a place for them. They're here somewhere. All right. Oops, not that one. This one. Okay. Iron trapdoors. This one, I need to make room for like cartography tables and things. Probably what I should do is not have quite so many rockets. Combine all of this down into one row and start loading the rest of that stuff up. Okay, anyway, I was out here doing stuff. So, yeah. Let us do the thing. Woohoo! I believe I can fly. All right, so what if I were to come in here? Hi! You know, I don't believe I asked you here. All right, come here. You're gonna... You know, I don't know if I could put fire aspect on this sword, but if I could, that would be cool. Um, yeah. So throwing that in there. Dude, that guy was loaded. Of course, the looting sword will do that. But anyway, so what if I were to come in here with some end rods, right? If I come end rod, and then now that is, oh yeah, check that out. All right, now I could do it with just one, right? Put it there and then put one candle on it. And that wouldn't be too bad, actually, with just if I had used white candles. But I kind of like this. This would also be really cool with lightning rods, right? Use some lightning rods for that too. Now, and then here, because, I don't have to light this candle, but I can. It's going to take these out. Right? And what that gives, the candle isn't giving the light. It's the end rods, of course, that are giving all the light. And they're lovely and wonderful and full of brightness and joy. And hopefully you are full of brightness and joy to the people around you. Okay. Right. And then I could come in here and I could put in a little bit of something, but oh, I need more spruce trapdoors. Oops, those are pressure plates. Totally not at all the same. Yeah, spruce trapdoors. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to have to get some end rods and things, but... And now, I might not even... Right, so this is a table, obviously. And I can set up some chairs and stuff around it. But actually, this might be better suited over here. I'll go ahead and do the same candle trick up this way. Okay, right. This isn't crazy, right? The candles are there. All right, now, and there's plenty of light just coming off of those two. But I do like the look of this. Oops, I put the chains in the chest. Because again, I'm just done. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Alright, so let's go ahead and just hang up the lanterns. And I don't have enough end rods to finish this, so... Well, cheese monkeys. It's alright. It's alright. So I've got the lanterns hanging out there. So I've got the cool little candle stands going on there. Yeah, so the candles don't put out a lot of light, but the end rods do. So that's a win. Now, I was going to do this with spruce trapdoors. Come on, swap everything around. Right, so it's the table goes there, right? So I was going to do some spruce trapdoors. But what if I were to do instead jungle? Let's come around this side and just... Right, with the dark oak coming in there. I think... Yeah, I think the jungle's just a little bit too pink. It's one of those things. They're talking about a new wood coming in 1.19 that might be a good compromise there. All right, let's take this table out. So the reason I think this table is wonky, but this table over here is fine, is I can throw some chairs around this one without blocking things too much. If I put them here it kind of blocks the stairs a little bit. I don't want to do that. So I've got other options and things I can do, but okay, just a little bit of something. In fact, I'll probably maybe come out here with some blue carpet and just lay some carpet down here. Yeah, just throw some. I think I like the idea of using the polished black stone for chairs because it gives sort of it's almost like a black leather look for an office chair. So I think that would look good. And I don't have, that's not true. I do have the armor stand mod on here. So I could create some invisible item frames to put books and stuff on. Okay, so that one's facing that way. I think I'll do the same thing here. Okay, so that's going to go there. All right, yeah, I think so. All right, and then plop another table right in over there. And said, I don't know what I'm going to put in these corners. And now my eye itches. Oh, that's not good. Okay, well, that's going to be a problem. But fortunately, it's about time for me to end the stream, so it's not going to cause too many issues for the rest of the stream, right? All right, yeah, so this is starting to look kind of cozy, actually. I like it. So, yeah, just the little candle holders and stuff. I want to do something here in the middle, too. I don't know quite what. I don't want to block the middle too much, but it kind of feels like there should be a little... sorry about that. A little bit of something in there. But I just don't know what it should be. So it'll be something. I've got plenty of light there because I've got the glowstone down here in the farm, but so that's not an issue. I don't have to worry about trying to disguise it with light or something, but a little something. I just kind of feel like should have a little bit of something around those lamps too, but I don't know. That's a problem I'll figure out, or I won't. That's not bad, honestly. It's just, I kind of feels like there's maybe a little there, but I don't want to get too busy either, so we'll find out. In the meantime, I think we'll go ahead and call it for the night. That was fun and exciting. Lots of good interior work. Stuff I need to work on. Detail work is not my jam, and it's one of those things I need to get better at. So I'm working on it. That and like organic stuff, like trees and stuff. I want to get better at doing custom trees and things. So that's part of what I'm going to be working on here. All right, so let's. I do want to roll the end credits because y'all are awesome and amazing, and there they go. And I definitely want to thank all of you for participating because you're here and you're awesome, and sometimes you just need to hear that you're awesome, and sometimes you just need to be reminded that you exist someplace because maybe you forget. I don't know. Also, of course, as that scrolled by, you can subscribe over on Patreon at patreon.com/musicfreegaming. Follow me on the socials over there at musicfreegaming on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, or join the Discord if you want to talk Minecraft or other things outside of the streams. That's awesome too. Twitch subs, Patreon subs do have access to a special subscriber only section of the chat. So, over there in the Discord. So check that action out. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.